Test, test. Okay. Okay. Hello everyone, this is J-Pop, and I'm back with more Dragon's Crown. Okay. So, let's continue where we left off. Now, we have Katana, my backstabbing elf, and... I'm just picking three allies to come in with us.
You need 7 more talismans to defeat the ancient dragon.
Alright, so we have 7 more talismans. Just looking over my gear right now. I'm pretty sure I repaired my stuff.
Welcome to... What would you...
Okay, I did. Alright, last time we stopped, we got through the first quote-unquote half of the game. And now we're in the second half.
Wandering one.
I could... There are some people that I could resurrect that are higher level. We'll just nab some of them. And... which prayer should I take? We'll take the increased round score. Because we want more experience for our folks. I'm gonna stop by the Adventurers Guild, see what quests I'm undertaking currently.
You're back.
Destroy the orcs cargo. Oh no, that's completed. These are the ones that I'm currently on. Resurrect 30 sets of bones, slay 10 owl bears, 30 wood golems, 1 more strand of silk, and collect 10 spore fungi. Okay. We're gonna let the game determine where we are going to go. So we're not gonna use the stables. And I've decided not to go online. I kind of thought about it, and when you get to the higher levels, I don't think it would happen here at this, but there definitely are quote-unquote hacked characters. Characters that have hacked equipment that are just flat out perfect, flat out too good, and it can really put a damper on the gameplay. They just destroy everything and you move on. And sometimes it's nice and helpful when you just want to grind to get farther, but it also ruins the challenge and the fun of it and progression. So I'm going to stay offline to prevent any of that. And where's the game going to take us? The Lost Woods.
The Lost Woods are so vast and similar looking that you quickly lose track of where you are. It is said that only the hermit who lives here actually knows the way out of this forest.
I don't think I have any quests to get any beast rider kills.
Sensing a presence, you turn around. You see a man standing on a rock. The grouchy-looking hermit asks if you are brave.
Two paths leave the forest,
He shouts.
the path of the coward and the path of glory, which leads to a vicious monster.
Which path will you take?
Which path do we take? And to be honest, I am really, really scared to go down this path. He's not the strongest, not the hardest, but this is the most deadliest boss in the game. And we're going for glory, with people with broken weapons and equipment. This can only end well.
You have heard rumors of the violent monster before. Many northern knights lost their lives challenging this beast.
Oh, these owlbears are fucking me up. I don't have that ability yet. Oh good. I need to beat owlbears.
Here they come.
Treasure hunter friend. Ow! Was that treasure chest was a trap? That sucks. I'm just chugging down potions. There we go. Get us some food. Get him with these ballistas. Nice. I'm gonna stand here for a moment, chow down on some food. What's wrong, partners? Did you guys get any food? Oh, there's Tomet. Is it Tomet? Yeah. Stop backing up so I can hit you. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get all of the forest clearing. Oh, that's an allies. I wonder why I wasn't doing anything. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get all of the forest clearing done in one go. Probably two. Treasure pile. The best CC spell in the game, Blizzard. Some people could use this. Come on into the circle. There you go. Alright. Food, anybody? Come on, guys, there's food here. Is that all the food? I guess so.
They're here.
Everybody's all hurt. Look at how hurt they are. Oh, now they're up. Oh, my mage died. I mean, most of their gear is broken. Food? Anybody gonna get this food? No? That's the thing about computers. They are AI. The AI is pretty bad. Oh, here we are. The most deadliest boss in all of Dragon's Crown. It's the killer rabbit. My backstab's working wonderfully. Uh-oh. See all the big piles of bodies? While I'm not a big fan of it, I do know that this rabbit is the joke of Monty. Oh, there. It killed me. Was it Monty Python's The Holy Grail? Uh-oh. One hitter quitters. The rabbit's got a one-hit kill. And when it hits you with it, you can see your bones shatter. This boss is also the hardest to hit because it's so small. No, don't have the voices. We're so close. Get off of me. Get off of me. Uh-oh. He's got his one-hit strike up. Woohoo!
The terrifying killer rabbit has breathed its last, thanks to your efforts. A familiar voice congratulates you, saying, "Now glory is yours."
We did it. We defeated the killer rabbit. before time was up. I kind of want to go another round. And let's do that. Let's continue on the adventure. And that's where the second part of the game, if you see at the bottom, you get buffs to your score, to your gold,
the inside of the cave
your spoils of weapons, etc.
It seems large enough to contain another ocean. Sailors dread passing through this area. There are myriad tales
general
of ships
weapon stack.
Oh, I can do that.
Where are you going? I'll pick up the bomb.
It's my turn.
So if you have, the more runs you have in a row, you get extra bonuses to experience and gold and things like that. So when you get to a certain point, you want your runs to go as long as possible to obtain gold and experience more efficiently. Also, it can increase the spoils of your treasure, so you get higher ranked weapons and things like that, which of course yields you better gear. And gear will play a bigger part in the end game. But I mean, it plays a part now. But of course it gets risky to go on long treks because your equipment wears down, it breaks.
A beautiful voice in the sea calls out to you. You'd heard of the mermaid's legendary curiosity. She asks you many questions. She wandered into these shallow waters after being chased by a kraken. She says the kraken should still be nearby. Which path will you take?
Hi, mermaid, how you doing? There was many a tale humans falling in love with mermaids. I wonder why. She lost her bra fleeing from the kraken. How convenient. Slap, slap. The resplendent scales catch the sunlight beautifully. Pretty lady. So, let's go after the kraken. What could go wrong? I'm out of holdout daggers though. The kraken, I think, is the only one you can't back attack. Gustavus, all of his equipment is broke. He's got nothing left. This actually might go really badly. I could move over to my secondary bag, which is what these extra bags are for. Because also, you see, my holdout dagger is not quite. It's not there anymore. I could go with a weaker weapon set. Usually, my #1 bag is my #1 set. But have my tools at my disposal. Yeah, sure. Let's go with bag #2.
The kraken cave and attacks ships that pass through the area. You throw caution to the wind and fling your party headlong into a confrontation against the kraken.
Get off me! Let go! I don't know what is this one? I'll figure out what this bonus is. No? It's a B? Ah, be gone, dead. That's a rare one to use, only because it's situational, it's undead. Alright, this is the only time that the AI is really, really useful. Better than humans.
The stranded ship starts moving. Something is pulling the ship from beneath the water.
And that is right here, because the AI is actually really good at loading cannons. You have to take the torch, which I have here in my hands, and 2 cannon shots take out one of the Kraken's arms. I'll let a little mayhem happen and show you what happens when you don't take out one of the Kraken's limbs, if people get hit by it.
The tentacles grasp hold of the mast. If this continues, the ship will capsize.
If you look at the top right, you have the health of the ship. Oh, Kraken got a piece of... Where's the torch? There it is.
The tentacles grasp hold of the mast. If this continues, the ship will capsize.
They'll do damage to the ship, they'll grab your heroes and do damage. If you don't have it under control, it's a real pain. But AI computers loading the cannons, like, they're better than humans.
Simple. I got it. Oops.
Oops.
Oh, I can do that.
And we've lost a couple partners. Should I revive one? I'll revive one of them.
You inch closer to the Kraken's lair. The Kraken has wrapped its tentacles around stalactites and is trying to destroy the cave.
You have to take out its front limbs first. And once his limbs get taken out, then you can start inflicting damage on the main Kraken. Except all the partners are dying already. I'm dying too. I don't think we'll do enough damage to the Kraken. No, see, she's already dead. They died real fast to the Kraken. Probably not gonna make it out with this one. Stab, 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 stab. Ugh. I'll be lucky if I make it out of here alive. Watch out for the waves. Well, not ready to fight this Kraken. I'm surprised that we took down the bunny. But I think we just don't stand a chance doing enough damage to the Kraken without a back attack. That's where I imagine most of the damage actually came from. We get to see this cool effect.
The stalactites have collapsed, and the great wave that results expels you and your party from the cave. You were quite fortunate to have escaped drowning, but the Kraken still lives.
So that's the escape mechanic against the Kraken. After a certain amount of time, the waves collapse. Ooh, that's right.
You spot a rare fish in the shallow water.
I forgot about that. And you only see that if you are unable to defeat the Kraken. There's no other way to get to that screen right there. And we're gonna return to town because everybody died.
You obtained the Black Talisman.
We got a level out of it. And let's see, what equipment? S amulet, which I just probably will take. An A amulet. Fire resistance, magic resistance, that looks good. Boots. I can't use the boots right now. Ew, that looks terrible. I mean, I'm gonna take it because it's an A rank. That looks terrible as well. Knockback damage, damage to natural foe. You know, I'm just gonna sell that.
You need 6 more talismans to defeat the ancient dragon.
Alright. Let's check. What do we have here? Damage goes up. I think we're just gonna go with damage stats. So we're gonna go with that. And we have a necklace. And this necklace is vastly better in all regards. Ooh, except I didn't want it there. Cause this is my B bag. So let's go back over here. Let's take a look. Yeah, we'll just take the straight more damage. Status ailments reduce. And we'll just kind of... I wish there was an easier way to just move all of my equipment down one level or something like that. I wish there was a better way, because it really doesn't feel like there is a better way right now that I have ever been happy with.
Well, what would you like?
I want to make sure that I actually equip the main bag. Since also one of the quests is to resurrect a whole bunch of bones.
How can I help you?
Give me a sec while I resurrect a whole bunch of bones. And there needs to be a selection system, and then revive everybody that you want to, instead of just one at a time. Quick save. I'm spastic saver. I like to save whenever I really get the chance. Now I'm just going to take the highest level people. And actually, I'm going to take the time to part ways with a bunch of the bottom people. Because you'll get more people. And we don't need such weak peons in our bar anyway. They're beneath us.
Wandering one.
Quick prayer, extra money. We don't really need money. Finding accessories and chests. Finding weapons and shields. Usually it's the quality we care about, not the types that we find. I think it's almost universally clear. Just either get the money or the experience boost. And I don't think I have any quests complete. No, they're all close though. Spores, giant spiders, lost woods, and owlbears, and resurrect bones. So we still have the same. Although I did level up, but I only have one skill point. I don't think I could use it anywhere I want to. It could go into deadly boots. Nah, I wish it could go into holdout dagger. Guess it could go into deadly boots. Sure. That's the build I've decided to go with. I don't think it's the smartest build for this character, but I've done the other build, so I'm doing this one. We will still let RNG take care of things, and let the gate tell us where we're going. The Old Capital. This game just wants to give us all the hard... all the hard bosses.
Following an invasion from the Northern Empire. Now it is a dangerous place, full of dragons and vikings.
I'm just waiting for them to come down. I missed. Oh, they're both dead. Oh boy. I know how this is gonna end, but we're gonna do it anyway. Because why not? Because you never know the first time. Oh, treasure pile. Barely saw it with the beast standing right in front of it. Dagger, gimme! Love it when daggers fall on the floor.
Tomet is surprised by the sudden nature of your visit, but relaxes. He demands coin in exchange for his help. The red dragons nest in the ruins, sleeping amongst mountains of treasure. You ask the thief for more details. Which path will you take?
After the scepter incident, he seems to have given up. The gold griffin statue, which was stolen from the nobles. The hidden house is inside the dark burial chamber? Probably this place is what it means. The red dragon is more dangerous than you think. Search the ruined undergrounds while avoiding it. Or the bandit tells you the way, his voice quivering with fear. You head to the treasure room where the red dragon stays. We're gonna say hi to the red dragon. We're not going to live. We're not going to win.
The area reeks of sulfur.
And we're gonna take this extra life here because we will need it.
Throughout.
Somebody will need it.
When you're ready, move forth. The red dragon is nigh.
Let's see. Voila!
Alright, let me just eat this food real quick. Nice little zoom in on my meal. Thank you very much. And unlike most of the other levels, the red dragon's right here. Sleeping.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
We're just gonna quietly take the treasure.
I got it. Simple.
There's a door right here, but let's ignore that for now.
The red dragon has awoken from its slumber.
We woke up the dragon. The red dragon is as dangerous as he sounds. He's as deadly as it sounds.
And fighting here puts you at a disadvantage. You can escape via the door on the right.
You can escape via the door, and yes, we can. Now, there is one thing to the dragon, unlike all the other bosses. We can actually do this. With the backstab, we can actually do this. But we're not going to. For funsies. Like, if we're doing this damage that we're doing right now, because the backstab really turns the tide and gives a chance in the fight. If you have no chance in the fight, you can bail out the doors. And then the dragon chases you.
The dragon is waiting to unleash its fiery breath. Ready your shields.
If you stay behind the person with the shield, you're protected. I mean, as protected as someone can be. What are you doing there? As he gets closer, you run! And you would drop the shield, AI asshole. A lot of people, and I agree, that
ready your shields.
You would want to fight the dragon in the room. It's actually easier to fight him in the room than out here. you can, and I have, defeated the dragon while on the retreat. And it's kind of a fun experience to try to do so. Fight the ballista! Fire!
The dragon is waiting to unleash its fiery breath. Ready your shields!
We can actually almost do it. I hope we do it. Yeah! The dragon will chase you until you reach a bridge-like area, and then run across to the
red dragon, said to be the strongest creature known to man. Your name will command respect for all time.
All time, defeating the red dragon
proudly, Dragon Slayer.
Awesome, we beat the red dragon. Couldn't beat the kraken. You come across this stone bridge-like area. I kind of wish I could show. Maybe I'll show it on purpose another time. You run across. Oh, you know what? I'll stop talking.
At sundown, you and your party gather around the campfire. Eat well, for you will need to be
one of the best mini games. See this right here? This is Dragon Tail. I'm gonna eat that. And that shit's gonna get seasoned too. We have the cooking mini game here, and it does take a while to get used to it. It's not easy to maneuver eating and cooking and everything on a PlayStation controller. I think it's easier on a Vita, because you just have to point the screen and click it, so you can just click, 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 click. But what you do, and if there are multiple people, they're all grabbing for food and things like that, it's a hectic fun time. People could be jerks and steal your food though, and that I do hate. Like, you'll get people who will do tricks. Like, you're cooking all this wonderful food, right? And to keep you from eating your food, they'll put something in your bowl so that you have to put it away first. It's a real dick move.
After your meal, you lay down to rest.
Look at that, plus 39, 35, plus 38 scores. That's just why you want longer missions, because depending on, after certain missions, you'll have this campfire and eat. So you just keep having extra attack, extra score, and just keep making runs around and around and around.
The Mage's Tower, once greatly admired by magicians as a bastion of wisdom. It now embodies all the fears Highland has of being conquered by the rebel forces which conspire against it.
It's a game that ooh. They killed all of them, didn't they? Yeah. That's alright. It's a game that rewards continuous long runs. It makes you feel that each run is more and more worth it. That the value of long runs, the value of longer runs with a better payoff with each run.
Seem to be capturing as many spirits and fairies as they can find to power their rune magic. The spirit tells you about the terrible experiments going on in this tower. It seems that they're fusing monsters together. Which path will you take?
Tiki is not so subtly judging you. Touch. Touch. Hehehe. They knew what they were doing. Okay. We're not gonna fight the Warlock. We're gonna go to the laboratory that fuses monsters together and stop their infernal research. I can't backstab. I'm gonna keep bag 1 because I can't backstab this boss.
You can access the laboratory in the upper levels of the tower by using the hidden elevator.
Like, not being able to combat some of the bosses with it, like, that part sucks, because you want to be able to use your skills, and, not being able to do so, you know, that sucks. There's no other way to put it. I have 2 stabs left in this dagger. Somebody else got a dagger? Yeah. Switch daggers. You can pick up that dagger. Just look at everybody's shield, armor. We got a nice lion on there. Nice detail. You are free!
It's a dead end.
Treasure pile.
There don't seem to be any stairs or pathways.
It's another magic carpet ride.
Here they come.
But this time it's up the tower. In a very spiral-like fashion. I can't do airborne attacks, so I have to wait for them to come to the ground. To be fair, computer allies are actually pretty good in this segment. Mostly because it's not difficult at all. And enemies that are stunned, they don't seem to fall on the carpet, they just fall off, and if they fall off, they die.
It seems to be a spinning wheel used to make magic thread. The frantic researcher seems to have abandoned his experimentation and run off. The contents of the beaker are shaking uncontrollably.
And here we go! Can I
Floorboards are
backstab?
creaking loudly. They feel as if you could put a hole through them at any moment.
I can hit this. I'm gonna try to backstab that. I always like backstab damage down here. So we have a goat, a snake, and a lion. Oh, this is the time limit of the boss. I'd forgotten. Yeah, the three heads, they're like, it's like three separate enemies, but you can stun two. You can stun two of them, which is the snake and the goat. So it temporarily puts them out of commission.
The floorboards are creaking loudly.
But when they're stunned,
They feel as if you could put a hole through
there's
them
only
at
one
any
that
moment.
you can actually do damage to, which is the lion's head. Ah, got me. There are 3 floors that the Chimera can drop.
The Chimera.
So we
unable to
felt
move
one
around in
floor.
such a
There's a
confined
second floor,
space,
and then the third is the
died,
final
curled
floor.
up on itself.
If it breaks
Continued
through,
production of these monsters will
the
only
Chimera is
cause
kind of
great
easy,
harm
so you
the
almost have to
kingdom.
manufacture it. Maybe on a medium difficulty, you could actually get the answer. But the Chimera falls into a vat of lava, and it's defeated, but you didn't defeat it, so you don't get a talisman for it. Now, we get more experience. We could go on and push the limit, or we can go home. Let's push the limit one more time. We are back at the Lost Woods.
The Lost Woods are so vast and similar looking that you quickly lose track of where you are. It is said that only the hermit who lives here actually knows the way out of this
It might
forest.
it will help us get closer to the forest clearing goal, which is nice. Maybe some owl bears as well. But I think I'm going to avoid the rabbit this time. I'm just basically going to choose an easier boss to make sure I get through this run. Also, I think there are more wood monsters on the easier path than the harder path. So it'll help ensure that I finish my quest. What bandit is this? What is this? A thief, just a regular thief, so it's not Thomas.
Sensing a presence. Which path will you take?
I didn't click this guy. What has he got? He refuses to open up about his relationship with Liu Kang. He was hurt very badly. Class as a clue. Perhaps that's a clue how to leave the forest. Interesting. Now, I know that the Gazer actually has a weakness to fire. But it's difficult when the Gazer looks at you, you can't actually cast magic. So, and the Gazer casts fire magic on its own, so it's weird. But, that's the Gazer's elemental weakness. Even its clothes are meant to ward off conversation. Anything about this nice guy? No? Alright. So we're gonna go to the Gazer for an easier victory. I do have Salamander Oil, which gives me Fire Elemental. I don't have any more knives though to stab him in the back with, right? Yeah, I know.
This seems like the safest way to leave the Lost Woods.
I got it. Simple.
Oh, we have to take the boat. It's very dangerous to have this bomb on this boat that I'm carrying.
If your boat is caught by a whirlpool,
whoops,
it will be destroyed. Avoid the whirlpool.
It fell into the water. I wanted to hang off the edge of the ship.
They're coming.
Get out of the boat thing. I hate how sometimes some of the allies move the boats too. That's annoying. Usually mages are really good at warding off the fish. But you usually have to take care of the fish yourself in some regard. Otherwise they'll jump on the ship and land and knock everybody down and damage the boat. They do handle the regular enemies that jump on it, the AI I mean, pretty well. So I leave that to them. No, go down. Oh, that's the end. Okay. Isn't there supposed to be treasure chests somewhere? For a proper ship ride? Oh, it's right here. Yeah.
I got it. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Huh. We haven't gotten actually that many wood things from wood golems for the quest. I guess my memory of it is incorrect.
Let's see. It's my turn. Done. Careful. Oh my.
Here we go, it's gazer time.
A gazer's main eye can nullify your magic effects. Beware.
The because my salamander oil is a physical item and not exactly magic, I don't have to worry about the Gazer's abilities.
You were able to defeat the extra-dimensional magical being known as a Gazer. You were told that this was a safe route, but it appears that you may have been deceived.
Alright, we're gonna go back to town. We're gonna take our... because you don't get any level ups until you come back to town. And we got 3 levels here.
You obtained the purple talisman. You obtained the white talisman.
Couple more talisman for our troubles. Ew, no good bows or anything. This level 25 one. I guess I'll take you. Boots that I can't wear. I'm just... ooh, extra kick damage. That's nice. Mantles. Gloves I'm taking. That's okay. And we'll sell the rest.
You need 4 more talismans to defeat the ancient dragon.
What talismans do we need? I actually don't remember, which talismans, are from where. I just don't remember. Well, we don't really need intelligence as this character, and 12 damage is lightning instead of 10. Take those right there. How about a mantle? Extra damage dealt. I mean, you get more defense. 2 defense? Does it really matter? Ignore armor 7%. I've always liked that. Alright, we can put the gloves on over here. Up some defense. What other? Do we have boots? No, no boots. We got 1 pendant. Extra dexterity. They're both pretty good. That one there, put that one there, and you could have that one, sure. Okay.
Well, what would you like?
See, you can select multiple items when selling here, which is good. But this option should be across many things. I can't equip those yet, so I'm gonna hold on to that.
Which one do you want?
Wandering one, how can I help you?
You can help me by resurrecting all of these at one time. Oh, I still think I'm gonna be short from my goal. I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. No, I guess not yet, because it would tell me if I've completed the quest. 4 of 5, 21 of 30, 5 of 10, 23 of 30. I guess we're not even close. And I will just pick the 3 highest levels, because that's how I roll, and actually, I will take... just peel off some of the bottom. It's true, some people may be better than others, you know, if they actually plan out their gear correctly, but this early, it's fine. You just, with being brain dead, you just skim off the bottom. I am, this time, well, first let's head to the Adventurers Guild. I got 3 levels, so I got 3 skill points.
You're back.
Maintenance grants temporary use of a temporary weapon that won't decrease the number of uses. 25, 30, 35, 40%. We're going with maintenance because we have backstabbing to do. I don't think I'm a high enough level or have the skill points for most of this, so we'll leave that. We will take the stables this time. Let's see, we have the Kraken of the Ghost Ship that we haven't beaten yet. The Gargoyle Gate, which we took care of before. We don't know the Catacombs boss. Or the Ancient Temple's the easiest one. There's a quest I have here too, but... Oh, the Arch... No, we escaped from the Archdemon. That's what we did. Let's go to the Ancient Temple ruins.
Many things lie within the ruins of the old Elysian Temple. Some quiescent, some far less so.
Okay, I was just double checking it. It's... I already did the quest, and yes, I know at the beginning I clarified which quest I completed, which one I didn't. And this one has the orc at the beginning quest. The orc at the docks.
It's my turn.
By the time you arrive at the battle, Roland has already vanquished the last of the foes. He lives up to his legend. Roland works through this region alone, never teaming up. You have gained insight into the ruins by talking to him. Which path will you take?
Roland's fearsome strength has utterly broken the orc. Alright, we're gonna... Terrifying Gorgons live in the temple ruins. Investigate the temple ruins. Be aware of the danger. That's what we are going to do. Head into danger. Owlbears! I need to slay 5 more of you. So I'll get 2. Most of the B routes are extremely shorter than their A routes. I'm not sure if it's on purpose or what they were thinking with that. The dragon one is about the only one that that I know was intentional. I didn't pick that up. Eat. I mean, you can't just have a major boss like that have a room and be like, here you go, here's the boss, and not know what you're doing. See here, we're already here at the Medusa.
You must be very wary of Medusa's eyes. Anyone who meets her gaze is turned to stone. To avoid suffering a stony fate, you must not look into her eyes.
You have to look away when she captures stone. Nice. It's a nice game mechanic. All the bosses... Uh-oh. See, I've done the stone.
If you find the going difficult, consider ducking into a building to recuperate.
You can actually... Is it run to the right? Almost like the dragon. I haven't done that in such a long time. We'll beat her first. If we come across the ancient temple again, we come across the ancient temple again, I'll run and see how that turns out. Oh, that's it. Nice.
Medusa turns to stone and crumbles into dust. This act of vengeance should assuage some of the anger of those unfortunate souls that she petrified. At sundown, you and your party gather around the campfire.
We also get some food.
Eat
and
well,
depending on
for
some
you
of the
will need to be
bosses and the
prepared
enemies
for the
that
day
you
ahead.
face, we have snakes right here. I don't think it's just from Medusas that you get snakes. I think regular snakes will give you the snake for the meal. Oishi! Delicious. Itadakimasu. Let's see what boiled snake comes out as. What kind of snake soup are we making here? Snake stew, okay, how original. I'm not sure if there's a difference between frying or boiling.
After your meal,
I know it'll
you
change
lay
the
down
dish.
to rest. Another dangerous mission
the name of the dish, but I don't know if it actually has any effect on the cooking stats itself. I never actually went back when I was playing this game. I never found any comments of any definitive research.
This underground labyrinth was created by the
what was
magician
better,
Wallace
what wasn't.
in a single night. It is said that
So I just go for quantity, try to get as much seasoning and food stuffed into my mouth as possible. No, that room's a waste. That room's a waste of time. I may have to go into that room for a quest, but mostly because you have to wait for the key to drop before you can get out of it. It's I feel it's a waste of time. Y'all want that food? Okay, good, you got the food.
Suddenly, a rodent darts out and begins talking. Ricky, the magician's apprentice, needs your help once again. He says that wayward wizards have waylaid the labyrinth again. There must be a reason mages keep attacking. Which path will you take?
Whee! I think we have already defeated the Cyclops. And you know what? We're gonna do the Doom Beetle because I know where some of the fungi are. So it's along the Doom Beetle path. So it'll help with completing that quest. So we're gonna opt for that.
I got it. Voila.
Thomas, get out of here. Haven't you heard? I'm the Dragon Slayer, bitch. Sukasa is my casa now.
It's my turn.
Oh, that's right, it's this room. I don't remember what the combination is. And I'm not gonna stand here and figure this out. In fact, we don't even have to fight these guys. We're leaving this room. There's a quest that tells you the combination.
Because the laboratory was being
and then once you know it, you can
some
open
of
it
the
up
experiments
every time
housed within
and get that treasure
now
chest.
run amok. Destroy the fungi and other twisted creatures here in order to prevent the fungus forest from spreading further.
Simple.
And then this has also this treasure chest. I guess that was a trap and everyone died. Tomit! Get off my treasure chest. Filthy lucre. See, I got one of the delicacies here. But this isn't the normal spot where you get it. Get him!
Yes. Simple.
These things. Give me my spores. This is not you guys. It's you guys. There's a couple more over here.
They're coming. They're here.
Hopefully you'll give me enough. No? I think I got robbed. I don't think you gave out any.
Oh, I could do that. Oh my.
There might be more at the very end, but I'm not exactly sure on that.
I'll stop them. What?
Outstanding.
Alright, everybody fed? Let's go. See, hopefully there's a couple more right here. There we go. Ah! Good, we're done now.
The grubs are turning into cocoons. You must destroy the cocoons before they hatch into beetles.
Alright, sweet. We finally got that. We finally got a quest, and we're like so close to completing any of the 5 quests.
The mutant fungi spores were being spread by the doom beetles. Now the spores will be contained.
Forgotten Sanctuary.
In the Age of the Gods, mankind built a giant tower in a sacred place in an attempt to reach the world of the gods.
I forget
That
what uses the
arrogance
W.
angered the gods,
Is it
and it is
S?
said that the entire city was leveled.
General weapon stash. Generate. I see general.
Filthy Luca.
Dagger. Mine.
Gnats.
You meet a female warrior monk who was injured in the battle against the demons. A ritual.
We've done this before. Now, we could try the Archdemon again. Now that we are stronger, we might be able to beat him. In fact, I don't see what we have to lose, so we're gonna go for it.
To prevent the resurrection of the Demon King,
and in this beginning part, we need to run because it's falling apart.
The Demon Realm's breaching of the human realm is causing an earthquake, and the ruins are crumbling.
Nice pictures. Ooh, look at this crumble. Ever so slowly. Not the best animation, but the art in the background's pretty. The skeleton key!
The magic circle you discovered is most likely being used.
Yeah, magic circle, that's nice. But there's treasure to be had. And it's a trap. Oh, everybody got fucked up. Everyone, I think he even got the enemies too. They all got fucked up. Just a wave of death.
You feel air moving behind the statue of the false god. There seems to be a hidden room there.
How bothersome.
There's a thief here, isn't there? Yeah, okay, there's a thief. Oh, he's dead. Okay. Where am I? Oh, there I am.
You accidentally touched the magic circle and have been transported to the demon realm. The Demon King is still struggling to break free from his bindings. With his power sealed, you may still be able to...
What Demon King has a seal that's wrapped in vines? I'm just asking for a friend, you know.
The Demon King shouts bitter invectives at you until judgment has been rendered upon it once again.
Potence and durability. You guys done with that yet? No, not yet. See, the Archdemon's level is kind of long. It's almost like a regular level. It is like a regular level. I missed, and I'm out of arrows. Thank you. I was the derpy, useless one there. Alright. Got plenty of backstabs. Here we go.
The next highest ranking demon then appeared, hot on your heels.
Nearly 18,000 worth of damage. Backstab is awesome. Give me back my dagger. Thank you. Yes. Kill her. Did I drop a dagger somewhere? Ah, well, I definitely dropped that one. Ouch. Nice. I really like backstab for a burst of boss damage.
And assisted in defeating his top demon, the Archdemon. The town temple will certainly inscribe your name as a savior, to be remembered throughout the ages.
I think the Archdemon is probably the strongest boss, in my opinion, in the game.
These are the ruins of the ancient capital city. It was destroyed.
Oh, we have somebody that died. Oh. Oh well.
Now it is a dangerous place, full of dragons and wyverns.
What do you got in that weapon stash? Bombs? Oh. Only another bomb. Saw a dagger somewhere. Gimme. What else do we have? More daggers, torches. Okay. I mean, I could just put this dagger in my pocket, but... Nah, I don't got enough hands for it. It's probably unnecessary.
They're coming.
Hi, guys.
Oh, these daggers on the ground. Why, thank you. Let me just eat. Get a quick bite. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I can do
Tomet is surprised. The red dragon. Which path will you take?
We are going to go down the path of the red dragon again, but this time we're just going to flat out take his treasure chest and run.
Of sulfur and earth-shaking snoring reverberates throughout. When you're ready, move forth. The red dragon is nigh.
Simple.
There's a thief here. Let's get this son of a bitch. Alright, he's dead.
Let's see. Oh yeah. I got it. Done.
We take the treasure chest.
Let's see. Voila.
And we leave.
The dragon is waiting to unleash its fiery breath. Ready your shields!
Oh, drop the shield and run. Run! I'm trying to shield you guys.
The dragon is waiting to unleash its fiery breath. Ready your shields.
That's your fault for not getting behind me, dumbass.
The dragon is waiting to unleash its fiery breath.
Give me the great
Ready
shield.
your shields.
I tried to block it. I really tried to help him out. Everybody's all dying to the dragon. I have 7 lives, but they're all dying.
The dragon is waiting to unleash its fiery breath. Ready your shields.
I'll protect the ballista. Oh, I guess not. Run, bitch, run!
The stone bridge looks as if it could collapse at any moment. Maybe you can push the dragon down the cliff.
Go! That last flame actually does damage a lot too.
The red dragon plummeted down the cliff while bellowing.
It's
fire.
a nice touch.
Satisfied that you are no longer being chased, you feel no urge to determine if the dragon is dead.
That's a really fun chase scene, especially when you enter the dragon a little too early, so you have to run and retreat. It's such a great idea for a game, like not just you need to beat the boss, but there's an escape mechanic for the bosses, whether it be by time, or some other action.
You obtained the green talisman. You obtained the blue talisman.
And we have completed one quest. I'll take you because I might use you later. Rank S. I guess I'll take you. It's not really a good amulet. That may not be bad. Gloves, I'm gonna take the gloves because I think I'm short on. I'm really short on shoes. I know that. All right, we almost have all the talismans that we need.
2 more talismans to defeat the ancient dragon.
All right, first equipment. I got a bow, right? Does increase damage. We're going straight stats. Early on, I'm straight stats. Boots. What do I have? Some okay boots, but I could use more boots. And you finally get boots. I have glove and a mantle. Extra 4 defense. I actually think only because this does 6% extra damage. Oh, okay. And the defense actually goes down on that one. Ignore armor. I'm pretty much going to leave that on. It's just straight defense. I mean, 11 defense is not all that small. Knockback resistance. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Welcome. What would you like?
Just sell that bow, because the other bow I can't equip yet. Which is just my sign to me that I haven't looked over in the equip list of whether I want to use it or not.
Wandering one.
And I should be able to resurrect enough bones now to complete another quest. So we have 2 quests done. Alright, so that quest is now complete. I'm gonna grab this one, and I am going to bury all the bones.
May they rest in peace.
You can receive items from buried bones. Usually just potions and consumables of sorts. Usually not items. Not equipment, is what I mean.
All right.
decided since... Instead of just straight out taking the top 3. Yes, I kind of chose, but it's not going to make that much of a difference.
Wandering one, how can I
mean, we
help
will
you?
take the score.
You're back.
Alright. Let's get this nice, creepy picture. You awarded the title of St. March Rosa in recognition for your exemplary efforts. The original March Rosa healed many illnesses with medical care and medicine. It was different from the unscientific remedies the priests were prescribing and thus surprised the church and made them fearful. March Rosa's medical skills only grew, and eventually he made the dead come back to life using Medusa's blood, which he allegedly got from a goddess. He continued healing until he was felled by a lightning bolt. Harsh. Ooh, look at that detail. The fungi incubation experiment was held in an environment protected from the efforts by magic of tripling the normal amount of sacred barriers. The fungi did not grow like myconids? Sorry, I can't read that. But neither did they grow to be poisonous. At the same time, it was discovered that the taste of the non-poisonous fungi is quite terrible. While these results disappointed the gourmands, the researchers don't seem to be deterred. They will continue the fungus research regardless. It's nice how they tell the world of the time with art. A little bit of the world that they have here. One more owlbear, 9 more wood golems, 1 more strand of silk spider. The ghost ship. Alright, we're gonna take this quest. And okay, Henrietta's automatic doll is a hard one to get with partners for a specific reason. I mean, it tells you on the first floor of the Mage Tower, deflect magic with a giant shield and look for a doll in the open room. You know what? I'm gonna only hold 4 quests. Because I'm gonna go after the Kraken, so which means I can't go after this quest. This one's better suited alone. I guess I could select it. I could always deselect it. If I need to, and it's not a progress. It's either a yes/no, so I could turn it off with no problem. All right. More to that backstab. That backstab be taking down bosses. Hold out dagger. Oh, not yet. Almost be level 30. I'm like, Let me check out some of the comments. You got... No, I can't get another evasion yet. Can't get another one of those. Can't even get money as power. Deadly boots? I could do 1 more of deadly boots. The thing is though, in the next couple levels, I'll need a lot of skill points. I think I'll hold off on that. So we have the Kraken and 1 more that I can't think of off the top of my head. Kraken. Ah, and the Castle of the Dead. Okay. Let's do... Let's do the Kraken first.
The inside of the cave connects to a fissure on the coastline. It seems large enough to contain another ocean. Sailors dread passing through this area. There are myriad tales of ships disappearing here.
You know what? I think I'm not going to risk randomness after this mission. Ow. After defeating the Kraken, we're gonna straight leave and then re-enter and then grab the last talisman.
A beautiful voice in the sea. She won. Which path will you...
Touch. Yes, we are perverts. Alright. Let's go get this Kraken.
The Kraken
I mean, if I ever come across a mermaid...
and attacks ships that pass through the area.
I'ma try.
You throw caution to the wind and fling your party headlong into a confrontation against the Kraken.
If I'm invited to, why not? A mythical experience like no other? Sign me up.
Let's see.
Man, what is happening with these heroes? They're getting effed up. You want to revive that? Go revive that. Thank you. The thing is also about AI, like especially the sorceress, if she has the ability to raise skeletons, she like doesn't do it immediately, and I wish she would.
Something is pulling the ship from beneath the water.
Yoink and yoink. See, if you stay on top of it, it's really nice and easy. And especially with computers. Having them fire the cannons though, they're freaking terrible at it. They're beyond bad, if at all. But loading it? Like, the AI was programmed to do that, that's for sure. The AI may be stupid for most of the game, but it got this. Yay, victory shots! Woo!
The wounded Kraken flees deep into the cave. Now is your chance.
It's my turn. Done. Yes. Simple.
You inch closer to the Kraken's lair. The Kraken has wrapped its tentacles around stalactites and is trying to destroy the cave.
Yes, you were. We got better gear now. Alright, we got this Kraken. Easy peasy. Alright.
You strike a death blow to the Kraken that had been terrorizing the sea. Many sailors will certainly raise a toast in your honor once word of your victory gets out.
Yay! The sea is safe again.
You obtained the Red Talisman.
Gloves? Gloves will take. And boots will take too, because I'm a little shy on boots. If there was any one stat, that's not a bad stat to have.
You need one more talisman to defeat the ancient dragon.
We're gonna skip the equipment.
Welcome to my shop.
I will repair equipment, but I'm gonna skip modifying equipment. We are so close anyway.
All right.
Some of them died though.
I'm ready for this.
Well. 2 tanks, 1 mage, 1 physical DPS. I don't think I completed any quests, so let's not waste any time. To the stables. We have the last boss we need to take out, which is here at the Castle of the Dead.
In the catacombs, stark white bones are strewn about the ground as far as the eye can see. The sheer number of the deceased is the only indication left of this area's former prosperity.
It's my turn. Done.
What?
A strange knight stumbles out of the darkness. He pays you no heed and walks right past you. The knight is muttering to himself. You strain your ears, but all you can make out is the death god is coming. Which path will you take?
It reads, a noble death is better than a shameful life. Too dark to seize the face. What you got in your hand there, buddy? A letter the king wrote to the princess in its final moments. Death is coming. Dum dum dum. How ominous.
When you step onto the walkway, the knight disappears like smoke. The path back is inaccessible. The situation leaves you anxious.
Good, you guys got that? I just took care of the ghosts.
You must find an escape route. Wraiths are invincible, and you have no hope of defeating them.
We must find an escape route! How about this partially cracked wall here? Nice little touch.
To overcome the power of the Death God, you must rely on the goddess to save you. Only the light shone by the angel statue will expose the Wraith's weakness. Divine light shines forth, exposing the Wraith's only weakness, the Dream Heart.
If you can see on the right, there's a timer. Give me my dagger back. I want my dagger back. Of light. So the time limit is actually the number of is how much light you have. But this isn't the only statue here. Because once the light goes out, we can no longer damage him.
Fades, and hopelessness once again darkens your heart.
But see, there's another one right here, so we're doing okay. I think there are 4. If you go to the next screen, there's another one in place. There's another 2 afterwards. And then afterwards you just run away if you haven't defeated him in time.
You cannot destroy death, the opposite of life. You should rejoice in the fact you even still draw breath. You obtained the yellow talisman.
Ooh. Freeze enemy chance, extra jewel. Alright. You're actually quite impressive as well. I will take you. And I will take you. Ignore armor chance, alright.
Do you remember the runes that Lucane mentioned? These secret runes will open the gate to the illusionary lands.
Go to the illusionary lands. Okay. I will gear up now. I will... I'll take that bow. Do I want the ignore armor? Bonus 15% is fire damage. I guess we'll take that. And you will be the ignore armor. Yeah, sure. What other... I have amulet, boots, and gloves. Alright. Amulets, which is just adequate. Amulets have a lot of chance for immunizations and reduction in damage. So it's not really defense that you get from them, ideally. Gloves. Ice resistance. Ignore armor. It's basically the same. But that means it's gonna go over here. And I will take the defense on those gloves, but it won't be that big of a deal. I have boots. What boots am I wearing? Neither are really impressive. We'll just take an upgrade there. We'll just take a higher level there. Won't mean much.
Welcome to... What would you like?
And sell.
Which one do you want?
I tell you, if you don't stay on top of selling, it gets out of control really fast. We'll take one tank, one magic user. Do I want a... I'll take Troy.
Wandering one, how can I
And we're
help
gonna
you?
pray to have one extra life point, which is one extra life for this. Can I resurrect? There's some people to resurrect. Yeah, sure. We'll go take a peek.
Did you see this rune somewhere? Lucane says that the gate at the outskirts of town may have something to do with this rune. Oh, how can
So they
I
give
help
you your hint. On the outskirts of town. Have we gotten all of these? Life from Stones, Skeleton Key, double score bonus I use a lot, Treasure Hunter, Hunter's Friend, Dead Be Gone, which I'll probably never use again, Potency, Durability, Phoenix Incantation, which I love. Ah, this one. Okay, I know what to... I know what to do with that. What is this? Okay. Enchanted Coin Geyser, extra item saw, Strength Beyond Strength, Cold Sulfate's Wid, Petrify the Flesh. These two, Huh. Oh, I forgot. No, did I buy them already? I think I have. Because you have to buy the other two stones. And forget the skills, it won't matter. If you ever happen to, by random chance, you would have come across this when looking, when waving your finger around.
It's the rune you needed. The 3 special runes react with each other and connect to the illusionary lands.
Ooh, would you look at that. Ominous. Let's go!
You step forth into the illusionary lands. The goddess's powers of resurrection cannot reach you here.
Alright, it's time. And immediately run to either side right off the bat, because if your dumbass is just standing there...
The talismans are resonating in your palm. The fate of the world is literally in your hands. Go, seize the day.
The dragon will cast spells. What spell did he cast? Ah. See the flames coming down on each end? They will explode when they hit the ground. You can actually attack them though. And dissipate, one of the magic spells. And we're actually doing a really good job beating him up. This of course is on normal. And its next magic spell is... it's the same one. See, we're able to destroy the middle, which is really common for that magic spell. You now have allies that come, so... oh yeah. You have to hide along the side of the walls. I think this would be the Cyclone on the left. Nope. Again, just down the middle. Everybody's doing a really good job beating them.
Everything. Take cover.
Just like the opening. And now a fun part of this boss battle. He'll actually start attacking your protection barriers. And if he damages them enough, the protection barriers will be gone. And if it's gone, you cannot hide from his all-out attacks. You can also send the attacks back at him while defending it. And then that's the loop. Great job, teammates. There is no escaping mechanic in this one. It's either live or die. And usually the dying mechanic is the dragon taking out the oh crap. It's the dragon taking out the side barriers and then giving an all-out attack. Oh no! Run! I don't know which side is technically a backstab. Also, the dragon is really strong.
The dragon's breath immolates everything. Take cover.
Oh. Allies are dead. I'm the only one left. Ah, shoot. Oh, yep, see how he took down the right side? So this is this is bad. This is very, very bad. Maybe this potion will save me. Oh, that's right! I forgot about that detail. He'll heal. I forgot that he heals. There's a minimum amount that he'll heal. So you have to beat him in a segment. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I have one more dagger, and it's gonna need to be this time. And it has to be now. Oh no! I'm more worried about the death taking up time. Don't fly away, don't fly away. Yes! Hoot! Almost did myself in.
With a ground-shaking thud that parts the clouds, the ancient dragon falls. You have returned it to its eternal sleep. The immortal dragon slumbers once again. Congratulations, hero. With your own hands, you have defeated a myth.
Defeated a myth. We have the Dragon's Crown. We did the thing. Look at all of them S treasures. Ding!
The dragon's crown lay near the ancient dragon. It was the cause of this incident, but you can make it a symbol of hope. Without the demons, this is just an ordinary crown. However, the minds of the people have ascribed great power to it.
Well, we got a whole bunch of equipment. We'll probably gonna grab most of it. I don't like that one. I will take the glove. Ah, that bows. That's okay. We can skip those.
You kneel to offer the dragon's crown to the new queen, Vivienne. The crown of the Elysian king fits her well. With the legendary crown, the royal scepter and orb, none can deny her rightful ascension to the throne. The dragon's crown will be a symbol of power, inspiring fear in the hearts of any who would threaten Hydaelyn. It represents the fact that warriors who defeated the mightiest foes reside in Hydaelyn and will rise to defend it from any threat. Queen Vivienne invites you to work at the castle. You value your freedom, so you politely decline. However, you vow to work for the Queen whenever the need may arise. In turn, she blesses you with the royal favor for life. As you exit through the Great Gate, many soldiers turn and salute. You have completed a legendary accomplishment. Queen Vivienne would lead Hydaelyn well, reclaiming its past borders and reasserting itself as a powerful nation. The tale of the Dragon's Crown ends here. Despite accomplishing enough for myriad lifetimes, your story is just beginning. The Elves' Kingdom is deep in a forest where humans never tread. Elves don't trust outsiders. Most have never seen a human. You, however, dreamt of adventure and leaving the forest. That made you a bit of a social outcast. You returned to the forest after a long hiatus, worried about how you would be treated now that you have human and dwarf friends. To your surprise, you were treated well in all the land. The Elf King even granted you the title of Crown Regent. He's relieved, because elves had foretold of the ancient dragon's revival, but laws dictated the king must fight it.
And that's Dragon's Crown. A fun fun beat 'em up action RPG, and if you can get a chance to play this with friends, I highly recommend it. It's a fun couch co-op game. It could be done online as well. The vast of different characters are fun and exciting. The secrets and little treasures to be found in this game. It's a wonderful game. Like, what is it? What is it called? Temple of Doom? I did my research on it, I forgot what it is. It's another old beat 'em up game, and this is basically like a reincarnation of that same game. Because there was the first one and the second one. God, I can't think of it right now. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Dungeons and Dragons Chronicles of Mysteria. There's Dungeons and Dragons, there's Chronicles of Mysteria, and then there's Temple of Doom? Something of Doom? Forest of Doom? Legion of Doom? Something like that. I think Chronicles of Mysteria is the second one, and if you like Dragon's Crown, you will love those games, because it's basically the same game. There are level ups, there are items you can buy. This is a bit more in depth. The food, which the creators of this game really love in all of their games, that's in this one. I don't think food is in the other one. Definitely not in the same vein. And trying out all the different heroes are different. And heck, the having different doing the different skills allows for each characters to feel different. Like, every character should be tried in this game. Every character should be tried in this game. You know, some are will be more fun than others for some people. I think some work better in groups, while others can be done solo. You know, you have you have like the tank, the fighter, which has a shield ability, which I think works better when you're supporting humans. I think the magician, I think he's better with a party, because if he has the right spells, like slow especially, you could really maximize damage because of it. Or when he tries to summon Meteor, he needs the protection of a fighter or something for the time to be able to cast it. The sorceress can be done solo. I've seen a lot of that. The elf can be done solo. I really have mixed feelings about the Amazon. I used to run her solo like indefinitely, but when they made the changes to her, I found at the higher levels, it's really hard to run an Amazon, at least for me. Maybe I'm just not skilled enough, but I don't think that's it. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe with human players, I would think differently about it. But this game came out for the PS3 and PS4. It was also on the Vita. It doesn't have a Steam release though. Other games of it, Odin Sphere, and that's a fun game. That's a fun mystical single player game. Really involving. This game can be involving as well, but it's a bit easier. It's a bit easier to get into and play. Like, I stopped playing this game for years, came back to it, and pick up basically where I left off. Do a couple easy runs just to figure out my skills and how I'm supposed to play a certain character. Be like, oh, okay, you know, this is my intentions with this character. And to be honest, when you have characters at really high levels, The only 2 builds that you can do at most. There aren't that many builds. I mean, in my opinion, for the archer, there's the bow and arrow skills, and then there's the backstabbing skills. Basically, I'm gonna do all the skills that are not any of the bow skills. Yes, I do use the bow, but I want to get the kicks up. I do, the backstab does lots of damage really fast, so it's great for taking down bosses, but regular fights, not so much, only because you don't have enough knives to go around. Ooh. Thank you for playing, Goo. I don't know what it is about Japanese games that really love to say thank you for playing at the end. I mean, you're welcome and thank you for...
the goddess statue, you notice that the image of Althena has been made anew. When you touch it, the goddess's voice echoes in your head. Her power returned because you defeated the dragon who stole it. Althena praises you and reveals a shocking truth. The ancient dragon you defeated was not the only one that awakened. She wishes that you would also save Jula and Vernus. With the goddess's combined powers, the seal will become stronger. They'd be able to seal the gate rune permanently, forever locking the ancient dragons in the illusionary lands. First, you must defeat the ancient dragon who has stolen the goddess Jula's powers. To accomplish this, you must gather 9 more talismans. The trials to claim these will be even more difficult. These other ancient dragons have been awakened for much longer than the first. They will be far more formidable.
So the difficulty has now been increased to hard. Maximum level cap is now 65. You can go back to the previous difficulty in the temple. So, the game is over. And now it's the harder difficulty. This is basically end game stuff. There's what I would say end game. This is late game. There's end game, and then there's mega end game. And I actually have not completed mega end game on my own. Like, it's really for those who want to reach level 255. Or somewhere close to that. I actually probably should try, and see where I stand. We can go to the Coliseum now. There's PvP. I've never done a PvP. I've sat in PvP and never got a PvP match. And we can now go to the Labyrinth of Chaos from the stables.
Gather the 9 talismans to weaken the dragon, and then defeat it to restore power to the goddess Jula.
So the game now loops from the second half. Once you go through the introduction and go through all of the people, now we go through and get the talismans all over again.
Welcome. What would you like?
I guess I have equipment I could put on because I defeated a myth. Damage goes up. I do kind of like this bow. Freeze enemy chance 9%. I kind of like that. And stun chance plus 14. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna keep that one. But you all switch out. And you all switch out. And we're gonna go up the levels. I'm gonna leave the lower level ones behind. Okay, we're just gonna leave the lower levels behind. Extra damage when you have no extra lives. Damage from traps. These aren't very good gloves. Yeah, those aren't very good gloves, so we sell those.
Welcome. What would you like? Which one do you want?
So, for the sake of anybody who has ever wanted to see the end of Dragon's Crown is over. It's done. There's everything is now just repeating through once again. But I could show off a couple more things. So I'm gonna grab some allies.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
We can start by going to the temple.
Wandering one, how can I help you?
That's alright, I'll leave them there. You have basically stronger prayers. You have 1 life point, you have 2 life points. You have slightly increased money, you have modestly increased money. You have slightly increased round score, you have modestly increased score. You have sometimes gain extra spoils from chests. You can also change the difficulty back to normal or back to hard if you go to normal. There is a level cap in every difficulty. For hard it's 65, for normal I think it's 30. It might be 35, something like this. So if you're a higher level, you will de-level temporarily to that cap level. The reasons why you would want to do that is probably for quests, or if you want to help out a friend, you know, power level them or something like that, you could do that. Extra spoils from chests, I'm just going to take modestly increased score round. Take a step into the Adventurers Guild.
You're back. You have a request.
A whole bunch of new quests came around. Ancient Temples, defeat the Harpy without destroying the nest. Old Capital, collect 12 eggs. Smash 5 Doom Beetle cocoons. At Wallace's Underground Labyrinth. At these locations, beat the Minotaur within 2 minutes at the Castle of the Dead. You could also do these, defeat the Warlock alone, and for it to register, you can actually set the extra party slots to join off, so that nobody from the outside will join, so that no random computer helper will help in or anything like that. So they have all these solo ones. You have things like defeat 10 gladiators, free 10 fairies trapped in cages in various locations. And you know what? I'm going to cancel this request. On the first floor of the Mage's Tower, I'm going to cancel that one as well. And I'm going to put on defeat 10 gladiators. And I guess free 10 fairies. How many skill points do I have? I have some skill points, but I'm only level 29, not 30. So backstab is no good. Hold out dagger. No, okay, so it's not happening this this go at it. We can go to the castle.
You go to Queen Vivian and ask if there is anything you can assist her with. There are still some problems in the region.
So at the Bilberan subterranean fortress.
Skirmishes have broken out along much of the nation's borders. If you could quell them, she would feel very relieved.
You can get a small reward for helping out the queen wherever they randomly tell you to go. The quests are not complicated or anything. It's very just extra, like, if you feel like you need a direction to go, here you go. We have the let's see, it tells you what target you have also for your quest. We have the Labyrinth of Chaos. And that's what we're gonna go into. Now, I've been confused on this, and maybe I'll find out playing this right now. There is a guaranteed item for going through the floor of these. There are 4 difficulties in this game: normal, hard, infernal, and ultimate. Ultimate is the mega late end game, and I believe just the level below that, infernal, when you go into a Labyrinth of Chaos, you have to beat 3 stages to beat a floor. Under ultimate, you just have to beat 1 stage to beat a floor. That's what my memory recalls, because I remember doing at one point. I remember going really slow, and then going to ultimate, then all of a sudden it was really fast. So, this is on hard, so I'm not sure how the results will end up. So, we're gonna dive into it, and take a look. It also helped me figure out the answer. And since this game is... You want to run through stages, this basically RNGs everything. It'll just take mishmashes of the map layouts and everything, throw monsters together and bosses. So, it doesn't do any of the special segments though. It's just the regular beat 'em up portion of the game, which is... in my opinion, a little disappointing, only because you can't get any of the hidden secret treasure chests, because they don't exist here. If there were doors that would have led to, secret rooms with treasure chests or things like that, they just deviate down another path. They don't, like, usually you would go down this room up here at the north, and then come out of it once you inspected it, and that would be that, you know, come back and then come over here into this door. But when you go into a door, you just continue pressing on. And I'm not actually sure if you go into one room, but this has a lot of treasure chests. Or treasure traps. Dagger, gimme! No, you drop that dagger. That one's mine. Make me look back and see there are no treasure chests behind this door. There are like fucking 3 of them. No! Pick it, pick it. No food yet. Give me your silk! I have a quest I need. It involves your silk. Yeah, there we go, alright. About time. Sitting impartial with some of these quests forever is a real pain. Oh, I should have picked the Doom Beetle quest. I'm trying to hold out using my holdout dagger. Oh, there's another Doom Beetle. I missed one. That's right, I don't have Battle Harden on this one. I'm supposed to be kicks and backstabbies. But there we go. See, completed floor 1-1. I wonder if it will be 3. Like I anticipate it will be. Don't we get a nice little extra life right here? I'll check a couple of the spells that I'm missing. For completion's sake, I should get that done. And I've forgotten which one I was looking at. I was like, oh, I don't know what that one does. There's one I remember, but then there's another one. Because one is a situational one. It's only in one location. It will come up. That freeze arrow. Give me food. Oh wow, there's a lot of elves, all nicely standing right here, presenting themselves to the brave knights. And then there's Remy, messing things up. Oh. It has no effect here. Why? What could it mean?
Be careful!
Ow! Something fucked us up. Nah, forget those small fries, let's go. Sometimes it's so easy to get caught up in that you need to kill everyone. Sometimes you can. There's no reason why you can't. I'm not sure which is better. Like speed or, you know, if there's some sort of efficiency about it. Alright. We got some vampires that I need to backstab. Eat. Oh, I'm out of arrows. I'm in a spot of bother, I am dead. I know I missed several of those kicks, that was kind of bad of me. Hey! Somersault! Floor 1, 2. See, there are probably 3 sections per floor. It's different when it's on Ultimate, which is just 1 per floor. And considering how there are at least 100 floors, like, it's not like you'll run out of floors. Funny thing is, if they were ready to be continued, if the timer's still going, they get their life back after a level completion. So these fine folk will get one more chance at life. It's possible they may get more if we find a, if we get an extra life through the ruins or through regular extension. Let's see, we have Gladiator quests. Not sure what else we have. I forget. Fairies. I don't think fairies appear in the tower as well. Yes, I could be mistaken, but I don't think so. I don't think they're here in the tower. The tower's a really nice idea, but it loses some of the hidden charm that's in the rest of the levels. And I wish they kind of did something to like just randomly hide secret passageways. You know, you click on this door-like looking thing, like you feel the walls creaking, you know, and then you open it up and there's a treasure chest there and things like that. It would give a lot of life back into the levels that the endless mode is lacking. Dagger, yoink! Another dagger. My dagger. Forget those guys. Let's go. We can go. Let's go. Since those guys also multiply, it gets really long and tedious to defeat them. Made me drop my dagger. Backstab. We got some champion skeletons right here. The enemies start getting harder when you get to the harder levels. There are more champions and elites. Also, we get the Chimera. Also, when you're in the endless phase that I'm in right now, bosses do not have a time limit, I believe. Am I still down? Give me up. Quick, eat food! Get this torch out of here. I don't want this torch here. There's my dagger. Give me my dagger. have 3 hit points. Have mercy. Ah! Get stomped on. Alright. I gotta figure out which side's the backstab side. Might be that side. It's hard to tell. They fill up the whole room and they can't move. Alright, 10,000 damage. That was good. That was good. Potion. How do I potion? There. The nice thing about the archer is that she can stay up in the air. In case there's fire on the ground or whatever the heck is on the ground to help survive. She has a lot of good solo she's really good solo. I say as she gets whooped on. I have to be careful. This is the last life. Just barely. I hope this is the end of this floor too. See, it cleared floor 1, so there are 3 parts of this floor. So, my guess is under hard, infernal, there are 3 sections to each floor. While in ultimate, it's just 1 per floor. And we're gonna return to town because everyone died. You get extra experience under harder difficulties. Part of a balancing thing. Got a couple quests completed. Ooh. Obtain. Score 31% of score obtained. That's alright. And then you get the special ones like this. Where certain amulets and bows or whatever equipment has set traits to it. The Egotist is always plus 30 minus 30 of all that. I've never really had such great success using it. It hurts a lot. Almost too much in my opinion.
Welcome. What would you like?
Got a couple levels. That's okay. And so with the labyrinth, you could go down floor after floor after floor after floor. I don't really find it all that useful until you get to ultimate. And the reason for ultimate is that you go from normal to hard. You can go right into the stages. When you go hard into infernal, you could go right into the stages for the most part, unless you really rush to beat hard. But from infernal to ultimate, you can't go into the stages. Like, it's not even close. It's a major slaughter. It's like meant for you to go when you're like level 255, when you're at the end of the game, to go into it. So,
May they rest.
you actually go into the tower under Ultimate, and it's fine there. Like, I'm at level 160 something or other, and I'm at floor 100. And that's about where I can go right now. So I can go down to like floor 80 or 90, grind 10, 20 floors, level up, and then come back and see where I stand. Modestly increased score, yeah. You want that experience. One, two, and three.
Yeah.
Alright, what are some of the spells that I need to remember? Just so I could discover it.
Lucane seems ecstatic to see you again. The two of you laugh heartily, and you relate what the goddess Althena told you. Lucane muses that you must have been born under interesting stars. No one has spoken to the goddesses since King Elysia. The two of you talk at length. Lucane fires off questions and proposes hypotheses. By the time he is finished, it is dawn.
Oh, how can I help you?
T-E... I always forget how... that's a D. Is that a B? And then we have these two, which I think, you know what, I think I know what they're for. I think I do. But this one, I think this is Tri-Elemental. Yeah, this is probably Tri-Elemental, something. Aye. Alright.
You have a request.
Morgan's web is complete. This one's a boring picture. Wing. I mean, there's some nice detail in it, but others are way more extravagant. The cape created by the witch Morgan Leslie is one of a kind item made by enchanting each thread as she wove it. It is an ultimate example of exquisite and delicate detail. While it is light, it is amazingly resilient. Adventurers began to fight for possession of this rare item. Morgan was sent mountains of spider webs, but she never made another such cape. Indeed, she was sick of all the commotion over the first one. The Owlbear Menace. Aw, look at how cute they are. When owlbears were declared to be a menace, owlbear hunting became popular, and their numbers dropped sharply at the hands of adventurers and hunters. Once their coats became sought after amongst the nobles, they were hunted even more intensely, and they quickly became an endangered species. Some of the wise scholars point out that it's quite hypocritical that it was humans who brought these creatures into the world, and now humans are trying to slaughter them. Look at them. I guess humans made the owlbear. That's just like humans. With such contradicting sacks of shit. New quest, what do we have here? Investigate the room behind the wall painting in the ancient temple ruins. Slay 10 killer fish. And then solo the harpies. Okay, well, defeat 10 gladiators, lost woods. Alright. I will do the 10 killer fish. And I think that's the one. Ghost ship. At the ghost ship, use the magic lamp 3 times. I actually kind of want that one too. You know what? Forget the 10 gladiators. I don't need that one. We'll take the killer fish. Ghost Ship Cove, use the genie 3 times. And search clues for Elliot. You try to do quests that are in line with what you're trying to do. I was trying to clear out some of these numbers quests before. Having a couple is okay because they help kind of fill in the gap of a focused quest run. Alright. Yes, we up the backstab. What's our damage at? 175%. You're not even... it's not even gonna get to 200%. It's like, nah, you're just short. More holdout daggers. Number of uses. So, we have that. I also want... Actually, might be level 32. Level 34. 32 is the evasion. Do I need any more deep pockets? I can see why you want deep pockets, and I can see not. I'm not the biggest item user, but deep pockets is so worth it. It really is. We'll take the money as power. Every little bit to add up to that score. Amanda oil. Deadly boots. Okay. I don't need to drag on that for any longer than I already have. So, we can go to the Ghost Ship Cove. Because that's where a lot of our quests are.
The inside of the cave connects to a fissure on the coastline. It seems large enough to contain another ocean. Sailors dread passing through this area. There are myriad tales of ships disappearing here.
It's my turn.
We are getting fucked up. He's dead? Alright, he's finally dead. What'd you pick up? Is that a dagger? No, it's your own personal weapon. Okay. Experience tranquility. Thank you, Zenyatta. Who has petrification? That was sweet. Against some of the harder monsters. We're also underleveled for this this area right now.
A voice in the sea calls out to you. You'd heard of the mermaid's legendary curiosity. She
asks you many questions. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Okay, I won't sing it.
She wandered into these shallow waters.
It's one of my favorite songs, though.
Which path will you take?
Fun fact, to every newborn child I have, I always sing that song to them. I've sung it to all of them, and I will continue to do so. And I'm very proud of this fact.
According to the mermaid, the pirates scattered throughout the islands used this area as a hub for trade amongst themselves. Rumors claim that among their treasures is a magic lamp.
You know what? Hold on.
Call forth a genie.
Because is it supposed to be you? No. Is it T-E-U? No, it was the other letter. Okay. Sorry, you guys still alive? I was busy trying to figure out what ruins I needed to. I like how when the skeletons have no more head, they just kind of go around swinging blindly at the air, because that's all that they can do. It's a nice touch. Really nice touch. Ah, you have the Petrify spell. Maybe I underestimate that spell for the, sorceress. Ah, crud. No! Damn it, I wanted that crossbow. I may be in lots of trouble. Hey, you're not dead yet? Thank you. It's really slow if you ever try to do any of this solo. Whole bunch of thieves here. There's no treasure here. No, okay.
They were being duplicitous. It was all a ruse. The pirates were spying on you the entire time.
crap. How many lives do I have left? Am I done? I'm done! Well, here's my first resurrection of the run. Of the LP, whatever. That's okay. Well, we're getting kind of fucked. Zoom out of the camera there, game. Thank you.
Elliot Pidd, the name of the ship's owner, is written here.
You should look harder for a T. Alright. Ow! I'm gonna be in trouble when I get to the boss. I might be in trouble right now. Trying to multitask, trying to get that and that and that. Alright, did it. Give me your crossbow. Darn it. Ah, fell right into the zombie. Whew, got out of that one.
It's my turn.
But the harder levels get to be like this, and which is why it's more fun with more people to help you out and doing it together and all that jazz. Sweet. Open the sesame. Open sesame. Darn it. Don't knock me out the exit. I have treasures here I want to obtain. Ah! Don't get caught. I got caught. Ah! I got distracted. Pick it up. Oh, everybody's already dead. Almost doesn't matter. Alright, there. You, and you.
It's my turn. I got it. Voila!
So there we go. The open sesame. So there's only one more spell that I know I'm missing. Ah! You caught me! You son of a bitch! Nice touch. I forgot that they could do that. Nice touch of the zombies. And I think it's more efficient to grind through levels than trying to slog through this individually like how I am currently right now. But that's alright. Oh, there are more you fuckers just waiting? Ah, they were blocking. I had to get on the other side, and I tried, but I didn't quite make it. It really is slow by yourself. I'm not even there yet. Oh! Give me this torch. And hell. Open that chest. Yeah, food. Some food. We're not even gonna... I didn't even get that treasure chest, and that's okay. I'm not even gonna mess with that. Alright, here we go. It's boss time. We'll see if I get lucky. We're gonna start by backstabbing some fools, though.
Right into the pirates' den. They're coming to attack you. The pirates have the magic lamp. Your situation will turn quite dire if you don't take it from them. You have summoned forth a genie. Don't let them take the lamp.
Summon magic spells and run. Oh, why?
You have summoned forth a genie. Don't let them take the lamp.
I don't know why. I wasn't air dodging, like, at all.
See you next time.
The pirate has called the genie. Quick, get the lamp out of the pirate's hands.
Who has the lamp? You have the lamp.
See you next time.
Gimme.
You have summoned forth a genie. Don't let them take the lamp.
The genie is great in a group. But like individually, because you need a distraction.
has called the genie out. Quick, get the lamp out of the pirate's hands. The pirate has called the genie out. Quick, get the lamp out of the pirate's hands.
I'm trying. I'll have to spend another continue. Blowing money. The game demands more quarters. I don't know why I'm summoning the genie.
Don't let them take the lamp.
That shit got me hurt. Fuck that. Damn it, fire the arrow. Thank you.
The pirate has called the genie out. Quick, get the lamp out of the pirate's hands.
Alright, backstab the rest of them.
Called the genie out. Quick, get the lamp out of the pirate's hands.
See you next time. See you next time.
Alright.
The magic lamp granted a wish and flew off. The rest of the pirates flee in panic, leaving mounds of treasure behind.
How many levels will we get? 3 levels? That's not bad. Couple quests done. I think we're in good shape. I'll take you. I'll take you as well. We'll see how you end up. Ew, E-boots? That's alright. Alright, equipment check. Must be done. I do love this bow, but damage is damage. So we'll do that one. Stun chance, damage to undead foes. I don't like that one. So dependable hunter bow. And you're level 34, so I select you. Alright. What else do we have? Okay, we got 1 robe, 1 shoe, 1 pendant. Okay. That's not bad. Just move all the robes down 1. And then pendant. What are we looking for? Obtain score actually plus 13 HP on stage transition. 9% chance to take half damage. What does this actually have? Ice retribution, item degrade. We'll take that one. We're just moving all the amulets down. I kind of like the resistance of that one. It'll get phased out eventually, so okay.
Welcome to my shop. What would you like? Which one do you want?
Damage dealt plus 10. I think I missed these boots. We'll hold on to these boots. I don't think I actually went through on the boots. Because I did the cloak and the pendant, but not boots. So we'll move them all down. Yeah, sure. Okay. I mean, we're in no shape to gather talismans. We need to level up. We probably need stronger partners because, damn, I mean, everybody was dead and we were getting whooped. And we could bury the rest of them.
May they rest in peace.
May they rest in pieces.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Shall we?
I need to get more allies. They're dropping like flies.
You have a request.
Release the genie! If you have magical powers, this is what you would do. The genie had grown frustrated that he was bound to remain within the lamp for centuries, if not millennia, doing the bidding of whomever held the lamp. So while he was out granting a wish, he wrote and submitted a request in secret, plotting to have a third party take possession of the lamp and grant the genie's wish, freedom from the lamp's prison. After having served the will of others for so long, the genie was glad to use his powers for himself for once. Not long after, he had amassed a plethora of treasure and gained a following of beautiful women from every corner of the globe. We are going to take a look at this picture for about 5 more seconds. Oh, we could zoom in. I could. I believe this photo requires some individual attention here. Maybe, whoops. It doesn't matter which direction I go. There we go. This side is the safe one. For terms of services. Bags of gold. No matter where I put, it's bad. Look into her eyes. Look at him. Alright, that was fun. Ship sleuthing. Elliot Pidd, the famed adventurer, sailed on his eponymous ship to explore the world and seek glory. At some point, he must have lost the ship to pirates who have used and abused it ever since. Now it is a ghost ship. The captain's log tells epic tales of dangers and treasures, and the last entries speak of fighting a kraken, a giant sea monster encountered in unpioneered waters. Since then, the kraken has become famous, and its very name is feared by sailors wherever they roam. This is nice detail. You got the kraken, the treasure. The ship is kind of plain though, and okay, the right side's interesting, the left side isn't. The ship and the manifest or whatever you want to say is a bit bland. The right side looks epic though. We have more new quests, so let's figure out what quests and what territory we want to die in now. I never did get the killer fish. That actually may be in the Lost Woods. I could go to the Lost Woods. Because if we go to Lost Woods, fight the Gazer, that's where the fish are. For some reason I always think it's pirates, and it's not. I've always made that mistake. In the lab of Wallace's underground lab, step on the floor switches to the proper order of the switches. If we read the bottom, You need to step on the switches in this order. Red, yellow, navy, purple? Red, yellow, navy, purple. Red, yellow, navy, purple. Find the chest hidden that contains the blueprints. There's a lot of Wallace's underground labyrinth that we could do. Let's go to the Lost Woods so I can defeat more wood golems and start slaying some killer fish. Now, do I have any more Lost Woods quests? I don't, besides by doing it alone. That's not... That's not really good. Alright, we're just gonna go to the Lost Woods. I want another evasion. I love evasion. Maintenance up. I could select some of the other quests, but I kind of don't want to commit to the gladiator right now. So if I get a couple, then I'll feel obligated, and I don't really want to feel that way. Eventually, we'll defeat enough gladiators for a lifetime anyway. So where are we going? Lost Forest. Lost Woods. Same, the Lost Forest. The Lost Boys! They can't find them trees.
So vast and similar looking that you quickly lose track of where you are. It is said that only the hermit who lives here actually knows the way out of this forest.
Oh jeez, everybody's just dying! Chill out, everyone! I should have gotten extra lives. Ah, get off me!
Outstanding! It's
So good. We got another quest done. And that's basically the point of the game now. You do some of the quests, you beat a stage or two, you start getting on longer runs, if you can help it.
Sensing a presence. Which path will you...
Oh, we're gonna fight the Gazer. We're not fighting that rabbit.
You take a boat across the underground lake, as the hermit advised. This seems like the safest way to leave the Lost Woods.
I saw you somewhere. There you are. There's a bomb. Bombs do lots of damage. I probably should pick up more bones. Yeah, I should pick up more bones. Okay, boats. Let's try to get these killer fishes. See, I was thinking Pirates Cove is where you use this boat, but it's not. It's here in the woods.
Whirlpools at all costs.
How bothersome.
There are two stages where you can get the killer fish. This is the one I remember clearly. There's another one where the fish are in shallow water, but there aren't as many of them. They're more plentiful here. I almost missed that one. He was like, hey, I'm getting on this ship! Ah!
How bothersome.
Damn it. Missed him. No! Missing fish. See, I missed two of them. Oh. And they broke the ship apart, darn it.
You swallow a lot of water, but you are able to swim to the shallows without drowning.
There's no treasure chest bonus, obviously, when you fail it. But there's no real big penalty for failing the boat ride either. Another fairy! Somebody else picked up the dagger. You give me that dagger. Stop that thief!
They're coming.
Alright, we made it to the geyser.
They're coming.
A geyser's main eye can nullify your magic effects. Beware.
Ah, come on! Take some of my fire arrows because you won't stop doing that damn AoE attack. Yeah, see, there you go. You have other attacks you can do. Why am I missing? No, he teleported! He Goku Kamehameha at us. A little pain in the arse. See, just let me backstab you. Jeez. Where's my dagger? I lost a dagger. I think I lost a dagger. Get him, not me! Ah, look at that, 20,000, thank you! Oh, he's gonna blow. Jeez, finally! When he stopped doing that freaking flame AoE attack, I could backstab him.
You were able to defeat the extra-dimensional magical being known as a geyser. You were told that this was a safe route, but it appears that you may have been deceived.
Couple levels, nice, nice. Couple quests, nice, nice. Ignore armor. Bonus as fire. Gimme. Yeah, that's not all that impressive. I'll skip those. Okay, this will conclude the stream. This is the end of Dragon's Crown. I may play more of this, I may not.
What would you
I did want to get to the end of one loop of the game to kind of show it off. So, that's been done. The rest of the game is play, grind, play, grind, play, grind. Probably a lot more fun with friends. Absolutely. If I do come back, then maybe I may try other characters. But we shall see. So, again, thank you all for stopping by. This has been Dragon's Crown. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. I'll have to figure that out. So, until next time, I'll see you guys then. Have a good day, everyone. Have a good day, stay safe, be happy.